Hello, 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 folks. It's me, it's Deej, Deej. Yes, folks, I am back for episode 2, and we will see how insane this thing drives me tonight. Because, well, part 1 did not impress me at all. So here we go with part 2. Yep. Oh boy, will this be fun? Anyway, I'm going to get to it. So we're starting off in some kind of a store. Somebody's carrying this appears to be the new Larry Underwood. This must be the new Larry Underwood. He's in a big hardware type store. Well, there's all kinds of people in here. All kinds of people. They're all camping inside this big hardware store with tents. Oh yes, it's Larry and the group that he meets up with later on in the stand, but as we know, this thing starts off with way forward, and then we see things as flashbacks. And they already have the kid Joe with them. Yep, they already got Joe with them, so yeah, they're way past Des Moines. Oh. It must not be too far from Boulder because it's early in the morning. Larry's cooking burgers, but they made the comment about getting to Boulder before dark. And apparently this woman, yep, Amber Heard. It's Amber Heard, Nadine Cross. But she already has a little stone from Flag around her neck. Nobody's seen it, but yeah. So she's already in Flag's camp. Hello, Mike. Happy Christmas Eve to you. I'm just explaining how the sand goes as I watch this shit show. Driving down country roads now. Coming up to a checkpoint. Being welcome to the Boulder Free Zone. And they already know Larry's name. Now we go to the main title credit, The Stand. And now we go to a flashback. They go back to a flashback 5 months earlier in New York City. And of course, his band members are already sick. Yep. Oh, Larry's mother's here as he's cursing out the person telling him that he's supposed to go on even without his band, saying he had a drink. Oh, he's so disrespectful to his mother in this, too. Oh, she started coughing once he walked away. And of course, before he starts his little show by himself, he steals somebody's drink. Now the question is, will he sing Baby Can You Jig Your Man? Hello, mountains. Thanks, mountains. Oh, this dude comes in coughing and hacking everywhere. Ooh, they just said a racial slur. Bad, bad stand. And now we go to Phoenix, Arizona. Yep. Jump to Arizona. It's Lloyd Henry. Of course, it's some youngster this time. Little nutty youngster. And Lloyd sneezes and fires the gun and blows the woman's head off. Yeah. Alrighty then. And of course, all the brains and blood goes all over the cashier. And now they're arguing back and forth on who's going to shoot the cashier. Mm-hmm. Sup, Pickles? And of course, now Lloyd's going to either shoot Lloyd or the cashier. And here comes the cop sneaking through and shoots Lloyd in the face with a shotgun. And now there's tons of cops outside shooting into the building. Tons of cops. And the cashier comes up from behind the desk, looking at all the mess. Where Poke is laying on the floor dying, and yep, time jump after time jump. And then we've time jumped back to where Stu has met Larry in Boulder. Yep, time jump after time jump, folks. It continues. And Mother Abigail's already disappeared at this point too, folks. She's already disappeared, but she left a list of the 5 names to talk to. So there we go. Another change in the whole story, folks. And we never did get to hear, "Baby, can you dig your man?" Of course, Larry announces that he was following the signs that Harold and Franny left along the way. Hi, Nina. But yeah, Nadine never showed up in Boulder with Joe. The hell? And they found him in Pennsylvania instead of Iowa. Okay. And now Fran just asked Nadine to take responsible for Joe. It's supposed to be Lucy, not Fran. Jeez. Another time jump. Oh, it's a time jump of Flag trying to talk to Larry Underwood. Trying to point Larry to go to Las Vegas. Of course, now it's another flashback to New York where Larry is apparently in the bed with some female and hearing lots of horns honking and lots of sirens. And his mother calling him. And of course, he's snorting cocaine off his phone. All right. Now he's kissing this girl on the back, and oh, she is alive at least. I was kind of worried there for a minute but she's got snot coming out of her mouth, nose everywhere. Ew, it's gross. Hello, Nina. Now he's bailing real fast after all that snot coming out of her nose, and he kissed her on the forehead. And there goes Larry running off. Ah, it's Bellevue Hospital. His mother is in the hospital. Hospital's full. They even got patients all lined up in the hallways, and one hallway's filled with body bags. Filled. Yeah. We're right. Oh, she's in the late stages of the sickness because her throat's all swollen and so instead of dying at home, she's going to die in the hospital. And I says he's going to get her out. So he's got her in a wheelchair now, and he's taking her home. Oh, apparently, Baby Can You Dig Your Man was not Larry Underwood's song, according to this version, but it was somebody else's that he stole. Merry Christmas and have a good night, Nina. So at least she is back home now and going to die at home. But this is not boding well for CBS if they've decided to make Larry Underwood a black man, and the whole storyline here is he stole a song. That's not good on you, CBS. There's going to be people mad at you for implying that. It's not going to be good for you, CBS. Bad CBS. And his mother is dead. And now he goes back outside to sort out with the ex-partner. And of course, he looks like he's died sitting next to the car in the rain. Or is he about to die? We'll find out here in a second, folks. He's still alive, barely. And he just scored the mother load of Coke. A big duffel bag full. So this Larry Underhood is a big cokehead, folks. So he's a black man, he's a druggie, and he stole a song. Way to go, CBS. Way to perpetuate a stereotype, CBS. You should be ashamed of yourself, CBS. Bad CBS. Perpetuating stereotypes. Yes, JWs are going to be after CBS. Yes, I'm just rambling now because it's a commercial break for me, folks. I don't pay the high price and all that, so I still have some commercials. I still got 30 seconds worth of commercials to go through. Oh. The pain I go through for you people watching this shit from CBS. But I'll say, this is probably still better than Discovery. Even though it's driving me insane with all these time jumps, and it's still better than Discovery, folks. All right. Now, let's see. Where are we? There's so many time jumps, I never know. Never know when it's supposed to be in this. Okay, we're back to where the so-called present is. Larry and Stu walking the rest of the way into Boulder because there's so many people that's coming to town. All the roads are blocked. Okay, maybe Mother Abigail hasn't left yet. Maybe she just gave the list of names, and because they're making their way now to the house where Mother Abigail's supposed to be. We get to meet Ray Bretner. Used to be Ralph Bretner, but they switched it to Ray, a female. Yep, here's our first gender switch, folks. The only Ray that was in the stand was supposed to be Ray Flowers. That was female. But now we have Ray Bretner. And instead of a really happy-go-lucky, she's kind of like a badass meanie. That's right, Mike. Hell, a dead dog is better than Discovery. But so Ray is taking Larry in to meet Mother Abigail. And here comes some guy with an eye patch. Oh, Nick Andros has an eye patch, folks. He looks like a pirate. Apparently, he's still at least deaf, mute, but he has an eye patch. And now we have a flashback to Larry running in the desert away from Flag with the rats chasing him. And we have Flag pop up with neon dollar signs and just keeps popping at him. And now he's having a vision of Mother Abigail. And we're back in New York City again. Yes, a dead dog is better than Discovery. What's the question marks for? We're just time jumping all over the place here, Mike. I have no idea what the hell. We're back in New York City. He is laying on a park bench and he's popping the pills and snorting the coke and everything else that he took from his ex-partner, who apparently wrote the song that he became famous for. Oh, and drinking a big bottle of booze. Well, it's empty. And now we have some old guy walking through the park in a hospital gown and socks, eating chips. They wave at each other, and he continues to walk. Oh, and then we get to see his bare butt, because he was, apparently it was at Mount Sinai getting the stent put in. Where he announces he's going to Yankee Stadium, where he's going to run around naked till his heart's content, and then go jerk off at home plate. All right. Alrighty, folks. No wooden leg. No, he doesn't have a wooden leg. Oh, now there's gunshots going off all over, so the half-naked man just ran away, and so he's continuing his walk, and this is where he's going to meet Nadine, sitting on another park bench with an umbrella because, well, it's bright, sunshiny day, but it's raining. Yep, that's New York for you. Bird of Prey left his weather-dominating machine on. Oh no, this is Rita. So they've switched this backwards. They helped Larry meet Rita in New York City instead of Nadine. Where now she's going to try out her pistol. Oh, she hit the birdhouse. And now he's telling her about the old man that's going to Yankees. Rita does have some good jokes, though. I'll give this one that. Well, he is at least a deaf mute with an eye patch. I don't know about the swamp ass or the wooden leg, but you know. And now he's going to go show her what he did before all the plague started. And we're back at another commercial. Yeah. They're massacring this story, folks. They are massacring this story. They have changed so much at it already. Mike, it is terrible. But it's still better than doing a live reaction of Discovery. No, so where's it going to be after this commercial's over? Am I going to be back in the past still, or am I going to be in their present, or which time jump is going to be what? 19 seconds. Next commercial is over, and I'll be back to the show. All right, so now we're back at the prison. Yep, now he's complaining about he hasn't had food. Then he threw some of the slime in his face, and now Lloyd's forced to wipe his face off with the toilet water. Yep. And the prisoners are lighting fires with the toilet paper, throwing it all over the place and rioting, stuck in their cells. Oh, now we're back to Larry showing Rita a billboard with his picture on it. Baby, can you dig your man? She is just like the bubbly optimist about everything. She explains to him with his billboard up there that he's going to be in charge of New York City forever. At least till it wears out. Well, now they start making out a little bit. And then he sees the crow sitting on top of the dead police horse. And the crow just pulled the eyeball out of the police horse. And now Rita asks if he's hungry. So what? Is she going to cook the meal this time instead of Larry doing the meal? Yep. So instead of the original where Larry cooked the meal for Nadine, Rita cooks the meal for Larry. And of course, now he's kissing her thighs. Yep, that's how that goes, folks. And now it's going to full blown in bed. Already. This is just sad, folks. This is just sad. They ruined another favorite of mine childhood. Well, not really childhood, because Stan did come out when I was a very young adult, but still, they ruined it. And they're fading off with them both sitting, holding each other naked in the bed. Yep, now they finally start smelling all the decomposing bodies in New York City, and they've decided they got to leave. But they still have power. The Yankee Yanker. Still coming up with the good jokes. And of course, you can still hear somebody in the background yelling, "Bring out your dead." So they go kissing again, overlooking the city from, looks like some penthouse apartment somewhere. Some buildings are on fire all over the city. Now we get to watch a time-lapse video of the sun coming up over New York and everything's still burning. And now they are walking out of the city. Still hear distant gunshots going off here and there. Good thing cell service still works where you can use his MapQuest. Well, Mike, Stephen King helped rewrite the ending to this atrocity, so I don't think he's going to say anything bad to it. Now we have a third person. Now some guy's offering him $1 million for Rita for 15 minutes. And there's another guy coming up. A couple of more guys coming up. So he's got his little posse with him. So these three guys want Rita for themselves. One's got, what the heck is it? A shotgun or, yeah, a shotgun. Of course, the streets are crowded with cars just parked, so now they're hiding behind one of the cars. And the three dudes stop and they're trying to look around to figure out where they're at. And they look over at a manhole open. And now they're calling Larry Midnight. Oh, and they escape down. Larry and Rita escape down the sewer. So now she's spazzing out like Nadine did in the tunnel to escape Skitty City, but she's doing it in the sewer. I like how the cell phone works down the sewer too. Uh-oh. Now Rita's just seen him snorting coke for the first time. And she's really spazzing out now because all the rats. And they're jumping all over her. Yeah. She wants to leave, and he ain't going with her. He says, I didn't go this long to die. And of course, he just dumps her right on. Like, I ain't going up with you. You're on your own. Hands her a gun back, and off he goes. And now we're back at the prison with Lloyd. And he's trying to lure rats over for food. And of course, there's one other person still alive in this prison because they keep yelling for Mother. And Lloyd's still trying to hit a rat over the head to get it for food, and the rat just stays back away from him like he's taunting him. And now he's looking at the dead body of his cellmate, wondering if he should eat him or not. looking right at his leg. And we got commercial. Yeah. This is just getting even weirder and weirder, folks. Yes, folks. This is an even bigger shit show than last week's. A huge shit show. All right, so now we're back in Boulder again with Larry Gaynor. Little Joe is looking around this bedroom that he's been gave. It was obviously a kid's room. Seems to like the room. Now we have Nadine staring out the window towards the west. Of course, Nadine's pressing him for questions on what Mother Abigail said to him, and he just says, I can't talk about it. Of course, she volunteers to watch Joe, but first thing she does is want Larry to take Joe for a while she supposedly sets things up at the house that's already prepared for him. And now we're back in the sewers, where the phone is still telling them which directions to go underground. And now he's lost down there because it's trying to give him street advice when the sewers just kind of meander and whine everywhere. And it must smell really bad because he doesn't want to go forward, but it looks pretty deep. So he may have to swim through raw sewage. Yes, put your drugs up on your shoulder because now it's almost waist deep raw sewage. Now it's past waist deep raw sewage. As much as this phone and this flashlight's been lit up on his phone all this time down in the sewer, you'd think it'd be running out of juice. Now it's chest deep water. And now he just dropped his phone into the sewer water where it sank, and now he don't have any lights. And he puts his drugs up on top of his head. And now he just keeps repeating the word fuck. Up now, the water's up to his chin. Yeah, I've read the book a few times too myself. Now the water's up to his. And now there's dead bodies floating in the sewer water. Of course, the dead body happens to be his mother. And she says, Larry, why don't you come see me? And now a rat's coming out of her mouth. And another rat's coming out of her mouth. But at least the water's getting shallower now. And now a crow is attacking him in the sewer. A crow is attacking him in the sewer while he hears Mother Abigail say, why don't you come see me? And the manhole cover won't move. And then look who's there. It's Rita, who opens the manhole cover for him. Yep, Rita opens the manhole cover for him. And he comes out of the manhole right at the bridge that heads over to Jersey. And she made it there from the manhole area she left, and she didn't have to go through all that shit. Yeah, it must be Yitzy. How you doing tonight? And we still got about 15 more minutes of the show because this episode is an hour and 5 minutes long. So we see the river now. We see much more of New York's on fire. We see some cruise ships have crashed into the shorelines. And now they're camping out under a bridge. And now Rita says it's stupid that they're still alive and while everyone else is dead. She's going to stay up for a little bit while he goes to bed. She's probably still a little pissed off at you that though she just gave you a kiss that you were going to let her go up by herself while the three guys were looking to rape her. And now we see an ominous view, and nope, and now we're back in Boulder. Yep, we're back in Boulder, folks. And Larry is making his way over to see Harold. Because I hear the typing going on, and Harold was the one typing on a typewriter last week. Yep, it's Harold. Now he's talking about how he followed Harold's signs all across the country. Joe don't seem to like Harold, so he's backing away from him. He just asks about Franny, and Harold says, "No, she don't live here." Joe don't seem to like Harold at all. Hi, Peppermint. It was a hole, sewer hole. And now Harold don't like the fact that the kid didn't like him, so he's going back in the house to sulk. And now we're back under the bridge. Another time jump back with Rita and Larry. And Rita's walking around drinking more. And Rita's popping pills. She's popping more pills. Yep, Rita is going to end it all. Hey, there's Kronos. Hello, Kronos. Kronos says MOON spells remake. Laws, yes. So she's popping all the sleeping pills, drinking, and staying on rain. And now we flash to Nadine. Yep, we flash to Nadine now. Who apparently is a house all by herself. No, somebody's around because she's heard a door. But she don't know. Oh no, it's a game on the shelf bouncing around. So of course she walks over to investigate why this game is bouncing around on a shelf all by itself. MOON, that spells game. Oh yes, Cronus, this show is horrible. And now we're back into the prison where Lloyd is. And here comes Flag. Lloyd looks up and sees Flag. And yes, folks, Lloyd did chew on the leg of his dead inmate. Yep, you can see over where he was gnawing on the leg of his dead inmate. Of course, Lloyd's trying to say that it was the dead rat that he also holds up, but Flag looks over and sees the bite marks on his leg. Flag says one leg looks a little thinner than the other, and he goes, "No, that wasn't me. Look about the same to me." Flag says, "Look at me," and he says, "No, I don't think you're real." Now Lloyd says, "If you're real, you must be a devil." Flag says, "That's not very nice to say." And now Flag's holding one of the little stones. Yes, Kronos, the OG would be much more enjoyable, but I love putting myself through torture. And now the stone turned into a jail key. And now Flag's rubbing it in on. He just ate an hour ago roast beef sandwich. Home fries on the side. Chocolate milk to wash it down. Quince Lloyd's licking the bars. We finally get to hear him say his name. Flag, 2 G's. Now he's going to tell him what he's got to get straight. He's going to make him his right-hand man. Right-hand man. VHF Kronos Video Home System. I'm older than you, and I remember it. And Flag lets Lloyd out of the jail cell. And of course, it changed right back to the stone. Now they're going off for dinner. Yeah. And now we get to listen to Brand New Key as the show ends. And that's how the episode ends, folks. Oh, man. I got a brand new roller skates. You got a brand new key. Yep, folks. So there we go. That is episode 2. Yeah, it's over already. It was an hour and 15 minutes long. We're close to that. Yeah, I've been streaming for a little while. Kronos. That was episode 2 of The Stand. My little co-host here. My little co-host isn't that happy over it either. Nope. He's not happy for it either. Poor little co-host. So, how's the rest of the night going for you guys? Okay, so Kronos asked me on a scale 1 to 10. How would I rate it so far? Because of all the time jumping, everything being out of order, changing characters around, stereotypical racist stuff that they did earlier in this episode, I'll give tonight's episode a 0.5. Last week I could at least give it a 4, even though the time jumps and that was really screwy with that. They did stick closer to some things on that. Tonight's episode was just horrible. Really bad. Really bad. But I will say it's still better than Star Trek Discovery. That's not saying much. Because it's only slightly better. Yes, Kronos, a 0.5. You know, Kronos, when they changed it all around to where Larry meets Rita Blakemore in New York, not Nadine. That was just, ugh. And having to listen to an old guy say he's going to run around Yankee Stadium naked until he's tired and masturbate on home plate. Yeah, that wasn't any good either. And happy Merry Christmas to you, Kronos. Merry Christmas to Mike Yitzy and everybody else that might have tuned in during this hellhole of a show. It is Christmas Eve now. I will be back on Christmas Day. Yes, David, when Larry meets Cousin Balky. But I'll be back on Christmas Day with the live stream, so don't worry about that. Kronos, just realize this show's horrible and I'm suffering for all of you. I'm suffering for all of you. Hell, my singing a Baby Shark earlier as Santa Claus is better than what this show is right now. Oh, I love the unabridged version of the book. The big, long, super one. I'm really not looking forward to when they introduce Trash Can Man. I've already heard what they've done to Trash Can Man. Ezra Miller, the Flash from the DC movies currently, he's playing the Trash Can Man. And apparently he runs around all the time in his underwear. Well, maybe not all the time, but a lot of it. David, a James Bond marathon would be perfect right now. This new formula they got going on with this version of The Stand, with all these damn time jumps, flashbacks, time jumps in the middle of time jumps. Horrible. Just horrible. And my co-host, Grogu, concurs. There, at least we got something cute for the stream. Keep my face off and just show Grogu. I'm sure shortly there will be some live streams and people talking about Discovery. Yeah, we'll just call him Florida Man. I think Bird of Prey 5 might be awake at this moment watching Discovery. I'm sure Anti-Trekker will be doing a review of something at this point. I don't know. I think I'm going to go to bed. 2:30 in the morning. Didn't get much sleep last night. Oh, I am going to say... I'm going to say something else that's not related to this. I watched the new Tremors movie last night. I liked it until the end. I was thoroughly and utterly disappointed that they killed off Burt Gummer. But April 14th is Burt Gummer Day. So when April 14th goes around, we will celebrate Burt Gummer. But yes, they killed Burt Gummer off in this final Tremors movie. But this was episode 2, folks, of The Stand. I am the Deej. And yes, Mike. Yes, I spoil all the time. It's been out for like 2 months now, you'd see. I figured most people had already watched it. But this is the Deej. Signing off for the night. I will be back this time next week again, reviewing, doing the live action reaction of The Stand, episode 3. Peace out, folks. Thanks for coming.